So once again, good evening to everyone. So last session we discussed on uh, uh, last session we were discussing about the what is SDLC, MSDLC, mobile software development life cycle. So how the process of the development work starts from the collecting the requirement, that is the inception phase. Then it will be going to design phase, where we will be having two types of design, that is UX design and UI design. So UX is just a skeleton sketch of the application. So how the application need to be, this skeleton sketch can be written in the whiteboard or in the white paper, like that. That will be converted, that whiteboard, the skeleton sketch will be converted into wireframes. So by using some tools like Mockingbird and everything. So using the third party application, the wireframe will be developed. So once the development wireframe is done, they will put the graphical representation to the they'll put the graphical representation to the UX, and it will be converted into UI, that is user interface. So this user interface will be later coded in the development stage. So they will develop for the user interface also, and they will develop for the functionality also, functional coding also. So once the development is done, the prototype testing will happen. So after the prototype testing, alpha testing. So once alpha test is done, before going to the production, we will be doing the beta testing or pre-production testing. Then once the once the application is launched to the production, there we will be doing the production testing. So once the production testing is done, so once this testing stage, that is the stabilization stage is done, so we'll be going to distribution stage. So here the distribution will happen phase by phase. Okay, for only for 20%, 40%, 60% regions it will be distributed, the application will be distributed. Okay, this will be distributed. So once it is done, then the maintenance stage will be done in the production build, on the production build. So this is what we learned on the yesterday's topic, that is MSDLC. So one more topic we learned on the web designs. So there are four different types of web design, that is the static web design, then adaptive, responsive, and the fluid. Okay, so these are the four different types of web designs, we looked into it. So in today's sessions, we'll be covering on types of mobile specific testing, types of mobile specific testing. So the testing we are doing on the mobile, what all the different types of testings we can do apart from your regular manual testing. What are the other types of mobile specific related testing will be done? So remember guys, so when you are testing the mobile, you will be implementing the manual testing concept also, plus mobile specific related concepts also. So both is a mixture of manual and mobile specific testing. So today let us discuss on the mobile specific testing. So I'm just sharing my screen. Mobile specific testing. So in coming to mobile specific testing, there are around 8 to 10 different types of mobile specific related testing. In that, one or two is related to manual testing also. So related to mobile specific, let us discuss on what is installation testing. So there's something called as standby testing, then interruption testing, orientation testing, UI testing, gestures testing, compatibility testing, cross-platform testing, geolocation testing, network testing. So these are some of the types of testing we are going to cover in this session. So this session will go up so until I complete all the types of different types of mobile specific testing. So let us start with the installation testing. So installation testing is the process to verify the app installation goes smoothly without any errors. So this is a process, installation testing is a process to verify the app installation goes smoothly without any errors. So this is very important stage in the mobile application testing, because if there is any problem in installing the application, the customer or the particular user may not like your application. Okay, they will just divert their mind and install the another competitive application, and they will be going to that, so will be missing the user. So the installation phase is very important here. So whenever you are testing any application, you need to start the testing from the installation phase only. So this installation phase is having three phases. One is by install, update and uninstall. So it is having three phases: installing the application, updating the application and uninstalling the application. So we'll look into the install part. So when it comes to install part, so here in four ways we can install the application. In four ways we can install the application. So let us go one by one on what are the installation phase. The first phase where we can install it through the app store, from the app store installation. The second way is through distribution channel. And the third way is through Google, through any cloud drives like Google Drive, Dropbox or OneDrive. Cloud storage or drives. And the fourth one is with the help of ADB commands. With the help of ADB commands. So now we'll be looking into the first three stage how we can install the application. So second one and the third one is very similar. Okay, so first three things we will be looking into that. Okay, how we can install the application. The fourth one, that is the through ADB commands, will be teaching you in our next topic, that is when we talk about the ADB commands. Okay, so we'll be going to that one. So now let us see what is this App Store installation. What is this App Store installation? Here, once the application has been developed, okay, once the application has been developed by the developer, once he develops the application, once the developer develops the application, assume that is the developer. So once he develops the application, he will update this application to, he will update the application to the, he will update the application to the App Store. Okay, we will update the application to the App Store. So what are the app stores we are having? What are the app stores we are having? We are having several app stores like, we are having several app stores like Play Store, Play Store for Android, App Store, Apple Store. We are having MI Store. We are having Galaxy Apps. We are having Vivo Apps. We are having. Okay, so Oppo apps we are having, Amazon apps we are having. So these are the some of the Play Stores or app stores which are available, okay, to work with. So you can download the application from this place, any of the app stores, okay, that is Play Store, Apple Store, MI Store, Galaxy apps, Vivo apps or Oppo apps. So these are the app stores you will be downloading. So developer develops the application and he will update it to, you will update it into the app stores. So from the app store, the user, from the app store, the user needs to, from the app store, the user needs to search the application, then you need to search the application, then you need to install the application, then you need to install the application, then you need to install the application, search the application, then install the application. So this is one of the process where you will be installing the application from the app store. So developer develops the application, he will upload it into app store. From the app store, the user searches the application, then installs the application. Here, while installing, you need to do the testing. So what all the testing will come in the next part of it. Okay, so this is the app store installation. This is how the app store installation works. So let us go for another type of installation, that is through distribution channel. Through distribution channel. Through distribution channel. Now in distribution channel, what will happen? So we will call this as a beta distribution channel also, or only distribution channel, and it is also an analytical tool. It's also an analytical tool. It's also an analytical tool. Okay, so beta distribution channel or only distribution channel. Now, so here developer develops the application. Developer develops the application in the whether if he is updating, if he is developing for iOS, he will develop the, what is the extension for iOS? That is IPA dot IPA dot IPA. So developer develops the application with for .apa for iOS, and what is the extension for Android? .apk for Android. So he will develop the application for .ipa for iOS and .apk for Android. So this application, this IPA file or the APK file. So this IPA file or the APK file so this IPA file or the APK file will be later updated to this. Okay, these files will be updated into the channel called distribution channel called distribution channel. So this distribution channel so developer develops the application in the form of .ipa or .apk. So once it has been developed, he will not upload to Play Store, he will upload it to the distribution channel. He will upload it to the distribution channel. He will upload it to the distribution channel. So once the application has been uploaded to the distribution channel, through the distribution channel, the application will be through the distribution channel. Developer can invite the testers. Developer can invite the testers. Developer can invite the testers. So when he invite the tester, when the developer invites the testers from this distribution channel, developer invites the testers from the distribution channel, the one link will be generated. Okay, one link will be generated and one invite the testers. When you invite the testers, you will get one link. He can share this link. Developer can share this link to the test engineers. Developers can share the link to test engineers, or developer can invite the testers through his email ID. So I just repeat it from here. So developer develops the application in the form of .apa for iOS or .apk for Android. These files he will upload it to distribution channel. From this distribution channels, he will invite the testers to either through link or through testers email ID. But what will be there in the email id? In the email id, what will be there? The same link will be there. Okay, in the email id, whatever the link which has been shared here, right, the same link will be there while in the email id also. Okay, now once testers receives the email id, once you open, the same link will be there. Now once the tester once the test engineer opens this link, opens the link, once the test engineer opens the link, once the test engineer opens this link, what he will be finding? He will be finding any of one of his APK or IPA file, APK or IPA file, APK or IPA file. Now you can click on download, you can click on download, click on download. Then once it has been downloaded, you can install. Once it has been downloaded, you can download and install. So this is the process which happens when the build comes from the distribution channel, So now once the testers, I told in the beginning, this distribution channel is also an analytical tool. It's an analytical tool. So once the developers sends the application from the distribution channels and invite the testers to install it, and once the testers installs the application, now developer will be getting the following access. Developer can see in which device the application was installed. Developer can see in which device the app was installed. Then what is the processor of the device? What is the RAM of the device? So what is the operating system version of the device which the user has installed the application? Then you will be getting to know what is the battery percentage also of the device, So this distribution channel is not only used for distributing the application, it is also used for to find out as an analytical tool. So now battery percentage. Now apart from this, using this distribution channel, developer can easily by sitting in one place, how many hours or minutes you were in the application. You can sit and watch, you will get the entire list. Then how many times you went background, you put the application to background, so how many times you were in the, so how many minutes or how many hours you were in the foreground. Foreground means the application is in front of you in the mobile device. Foreground, how many minutes you are in the foreground. So what is the network strength? There will be a progressive chart will be displaying to him. Now what is the battery consumption? Of the device due to this app, then what is the CPU performance. So this entire thing a developer can easily sit and watch and logs of the activity. So what is this logs will come across in the ADB. So logs of the activity. So this entire thing a developer can sit and easily watch on how the things works. So this all the things can be captured by the developer by sitting in one place, as well as you can take the screenshot of your mobile device, also. So in the session base, you will not be taking, the program will only take it. You can view the screenshot also by the session based. So even the video will be recorded, the screen recording will happen without, on the session based. So these are all things happens in the background. Once the application has been distributed through this distribution channel. Once the application has been distributed from this distribution channel. Now, so what are the some of the distribution channels which has been used by the developers? Let us see. So nowadays most of them are using a distribution channel called Firebase. Firebase is from Google. So there is another distribution channel called Test Fiery. There is another distribution called App Center from Microsoft. So, and there is an application called Oki app. So there was an application called Oki app. Now it has become App Center. There was an application called Fabric. Now it has become Firebase. So these are the three major things the application is using. For iOS, we are having another distribution called TestFlight. So TestFlight supports both only iOS. App Center supports Android and iOS, and the TestFiry supports Android and iOS. Google Firebase also supports. So it has become App Tester. So Firebase App Tester, it supports Android and iOS. iOS and App Store and iOS. So these are the things which we can get install the application. This is the another way where we can install the application. So any doubts on this, and can I repeat it? Please let me know. Okay, so fine. Okay, so I hope everyone has been cleared, so nobody is asking the question. So sorry, yeah, John. It's not say, it's not like no, here the application will not be distributed to the App Store. It is just for the testers. It's a beta testing platform. From here once the testing is done right, then they can upload it to the App Store. So this is the second way of installing the application from the distribution channel. So we'll go into the third way. Okay, so we'll go into the third way. So the third way of installing the application is on the cloud storage or the drive storage. So here the application, here developer may upload the build directly to the Google Drives. He may upload the build to any cloud storage. You may upload the build to cloud storage and provide you the link to the test engineer. From here you need to download, then you need to install it. Or developer may send the build again from the distribution channel only. From the distribution channel, developer may share the build from the distribution channel. He only downloads the build, then he can upload it into the Google Store link. He can upload it to the Google storage link, and from Google storage link he can provide it to the test engineer. So this can happen while sending out the build. So even the developer will not be having a permission, for example, to provide you the access to the test engineer. Assume that developer is not having the access of not having the permission to provide the access for test engineer, the distribution channel access for test engineer. So what he can do, developer can upload the build to distribution channel. From this distribution channel he can upload it to the Google Play Store, or so he can upload it to the Google Drives. From here he can provide you the link, Google Drive links. He can provide it. Through this drive link, the test engineer will download and installs the application. He can download and installs the application. So this is the another way of installing the application. So remember, IPA file or APK file cannot be sent through the emails like Gmail or anything. So only through Google Drives or through distribution channel it can be distributed to the test engineers. So this is the third way of installation testing, and the fourth way is using the ADB command that we'll be going to learn on the ADB session in future. So this is how the installation testing. So under installation testing, the installation phase will work. Now let us see some scenarios over here on what all the types of testing we can do it while installing the application. What are the types of testing we can do while installing the application? Suppose the application is in Play Store. One second. Suppose the application is in Play Store. Okay, so what is the verification you have to do it? So I'm coming to the first way of installation. So the application has been updated in the Play Store. So I'll just type the application name. So let me take as Chingari. Okay, so the first scenario is the application, if it is in the Play Store, it should be searchable. It should be searchable. If it is searchable, the logo should be defined properly. So, and here the install button should be available. So let me take another application. Okay, see here. So the logo should be there. So let me search Keram Pool. So the logo of the application should be there. The install button should be visible, the UI thing. So once you click on install, the installation should start. So the installation should start. So while installing, try to interrupt it. So by interrupting, like whenever it is almost 19%, 20%, 40%, so try to cancel the installation. It should get cancelled. So then click on install button. So verify whether it is completely installing or not properly. Then try to install the application in different networks in 2G, 3G, and see whether it is able to install without any errors or not. So once the installation is complete, check whether the home option is coming or not. Home option is appearing or not. So this is one of the scenario. You can look into that one. See, once the complete installation process is done, cancel button will also not work. Okay, see, now only the thing is the home button should come here once the installation is successfully completed. Okay, so once the installation is completed, you should get two buttons, that is home button and one is uninstall button. So when I click on open, you need to verify whether the application is launching or not. This is one of the scenario. Then can you uninstall or not, you can verify it. Then once the application has been installed, so it is whether the application is visible in the app drawer. See, this one we call it as an app drawer or application drawer or app drawer. So whether the application is coming under the app drawer or not, you need to verify it. So once it is there, if the application is there, check the application UI, the UI of the logo. The logo UI is very visible or not, you need to verify it. So verify whether can you launch the application from the apps, from the application, from the app drawer or not, you need to verify it. So these are the installation steps you will be doing while testing it from the installation phase. So this phase is very important. Why? Because see, if the application is not installing at all, so I may go for another application. So there are more than 3 billions in the applications in the Play Store already. So you will be having lot of competitors and everything. So you should verify whether the application is installing properly or not from the installation phase only. So let us see on how the application can be distributed, through the App Center. Okay, so App Center or Firebase, App Tester or App Center. So assume that the developer has developed the application and he has updated the application into one of the distribution channel, So okay, see here we have received a mail. Okay, so we have received a new build from the App Center. So we are getting the Android build and the iOS build. So this is the Android build and the iOS build. So when I click on this Android build, see here there is an option called install. So if I click on install, so it will ask for the permission. So where I need to install and everything. So I need to log in. For the installation. So once I log in, see here I will be getting the option called download. So developer has shared me the link. So through that link I just clicked on install button in the browser. So I'm just showing in the desktop, but this you should do it in the mobile, okay, mobile device. So I'm just, see, this app is not compatible with Windows, it is showing. So for your knowledge sake I'm just showing it. So App Center I'll click on download. So once I click on download, so the download will start, okay, and it will be the APK will be installed. Then I can start using the application. This is the process where we'll be doing through the distribution channel. So the same way, whether it is installing or not, you will be verifying. So after installing the application, whether it is in the app drawer or not, you will be verifying. So the same thing what I showed you right now, the same thing you need to follow when you are when you are installing the application from the distribution channel also. So the another one is through the Google Drive. So through Google Drive, how it will be there, through Google Drive or through Dropbox, how it will be there. Just so I have updated some builds in the Google Drive. So let me go there. So if I got any APK file, I'll check it out. See here, this is all APK file. Yeah. So these are all APK file. You can see here, these are all the APK file. So I can download the APK file from here. Then I can install it from in my mobile device. So this is the third way of installing the application through the Google Drive. So any questions till now in the installation phase? Okay. Sorry, John. Yes, yes, it will be there. It will be there. So that the company need to take it. So the developers and everything they will do it. Okay, and there's lot of things to develop. So before sharing the APK through the distribution channel, there will be API keys will be generated. So they need to update it into the application. Then only it can be shared. There is lot of process behind this. Okay, so the next phase, so we looked into the first phase, that is the install phase. The next phase is the update phase. Update phase. So in this update phase, so you need to verify, the following things. What are the following things? We'll check it out. So if the application is being updated by the development team and updated in the Play Store, if the updated in the Play Store, so you should get update option in front of instead of open option. You should get update option instead of open option. You should get update. So whether the update is visible or not, you need to verify it. So next to update, whether the uninstall button is there or not, you need to verify it. So once you update it, so assume that you have updated, again open status should be there. Again the open status should be there. So once you update, again the open status should be there. So now once you open, whether the application is loading or not, you need to verify it. Then now once after update, whether the application is visible or not in the app drawer, you need to verify it. Whether the logo is visible properly in the app drawer or not, you need to verify it. So when you tap on that logo, the application is launching or not, you need to verify it. So this is all the same thing, whatever you have done. Okay, whatever you have done in the installation testing, right? While doing it, the same scenario you need to do it, and make sure that once you update anything, it should not ask for any credentials. For example, you have WhatsApp. Okay, daily you will be getting some updates, the bug fixes and everything. You're having Facebook, daily you will be getting some updates, or you'll be getting some bug fixes. So once the bug fixes or any update comes, you'll just click on update, you'll just tap on it, update, the update happens. So whether will you give that credentials again? No, it will directly log in, it will take you to the home screen only. But for banking application and everything, there will be session timeout. So because of that, there will be authentication will be asked. But apart from that, for the social networks or anything, it will not ask for the authentication. That you need to verify in the update phase. So this is about the update. Here you will verify in update, you will verify there is no, you will verify once the application is updated, the behavior of the application the behavior of the application should not change until there is an major update. Until there is a major update. Major update means there may be changes of logo or entire so there may be changes of logo and everything. So and they may like this, if there is anything is there, so it should not ask for the authentication. So this is the, and you need to verify while updating there should be no errors. There should not be any errors while updating the application. So these are the things you need to verify in the update state. And the third one is uninstall phase. The third phase is uninstall phase. So any doubts on update phase? Okay. So in uninstall phase, so you need to verify whether the application is uninstalling it without any errors. You need to verify the application is getting uninstalled without any errors. So what you need to verify here, you need to verify once after the uninstallation is done, whether the application is removed from the app drawer or not. You need to verify it. Then you need to verify in the Play Store whether the install button is present or not. Then you need to verify once you uninstall the application, reinstall the application. Now it should ask for the credentials, so you should not directly log in. So if it is directly log in, then it's a huge defect. Okay, so because you may sell the phone to anybody and everything, if he installs the Facebook directly, if your profile is coming out, then it's a huge defect. So you need to verify all these things in the uninstallation phase. Any doubts here? So these are the three phases which comes under the installation phases, that is install, update and uninstall. So next we'll be going to another type of testing called standby testing. Next type of testing, standby testing. So in standby testing, so here you will be verifying the application you will verify the UI, user interface of the application, and the behavior of the application by putting the device to standby means is nothing but either it can be, for example, okay, see the mobile screen. So either it can be, so I am just minimizing it. This can also be a standby, or I can relaunch the application from the recent menu. This can also be a standby, or else okay, I think you saw, I don't know whether you observe the defect or not when I putting into standby. So when I open the application should play here. So I'll just put it into the minimize it, then I will relaunch it. It should continue. I'll minimize it, relaunch it, so it should be playing. So and if I open the same logo, if I tap on the logo, the application should open it. So this is what happens in the standby mode. So you need to verify the behavior of the application by putting into the display. Another way of putting the application to standby is just launch the application, switch off the screen. Okay, launch the application, switch off the screen. Now after some time open the application, so unlock it, so it should get play, the application should play, so the video whatever it is then it should get play like that. So like this, put it for minimize it, leave the mobile for some time. Okay, don't touch it for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So you take it like this, then try to open the application, the application should launch. Okay, or the application, the UI and everything should be coming like that only. So this, like this you will be doing the standby testing. Like this you will be doing the standby testing. So this is what we call it as standby testing. So now I just open it, I have switched off the screen. So like this, you need to verify the user interface of the application by putting the device into standby mode. So right now, standby testing, this is what we call it as a standby testing. Here we verify the application UI, that is user interface. We verify the application user interface by putting the device in standby mode, which means minimizing the app or switching off the screen, for different duration, and launch the and wake up the device, and you need to and verify the UI, how verify and wake up the device and verify the behavior of the application. Okay, so this is the definition of the standby mode. So in the initial state it came with a defect, but I'm not able to reproduce it now. So if you just go through the video afterwards, you can see when I start this, we found the defect actually. So like this, the defect may appear, so you just log it. As a test engineer, you have to log this such defects. So what are the things we can do it? So verify the application behavior by putting the device into standby and wake up the device after couple of seconds, minutes and hours. So what is the behavior of the application? You need to verify in the standby testing. So you can do it this standby testing by switching on the internet and by switching off the internet. So two ways you can test the application by putting the device into standby testing, or you can do it from the minimizing and restoring the application also. That also we call it as minimizing and maximizing or restoring the application. That also we call it as a standby testing. So any doubts on standby testing? So next type of testing is interruption testing. So interruption testing. So very important thing in the mobile application, because of the mobile device hardware features, the application may behave very may not behave properly. So the interruption testing is very important over here. So what is mean by interrupt? Suppose now assume that you're watching some movies, okay, watching some movie in your mobile like Amazon, or from the MX player you're watching the movie. Suddenly some friends, they will give you a call, okay, so you will not pause the movie, you will be just talking with your friend. So once you disconnected, so what is happened for the application MX player, you need to verify it. So this type of testing we called as a interruption testing. So interruption testing is a procedure where user purposefully disturb the application by some predefined techniques or a method. So like interrupting through call, interrupting through message, locking and unlocking it, so connecting the chargers, connecting the Bluetooth and disconnecting the Bluetooth. So like this you will be interrupting with so many things, by putting the alarm, by putting the device into the by keeping the reminders, so by doing the video calls while you are using the application. So by like this you will be working on the interruption testing. So we'll see one example on interruption testing, how to do it. So I am having the mobile. So I'll try to interrupt it through call. I'm trying to interrupt it through mobile call. Okay, so like this, okay, I'm not getting the call because of the new feature here in the Gmail. So you can directly call. I don't have SIM card in this mobile, so you can do it the interruptions like this while watching the movie. Try to interrupt it, okay, by putting the charges here. So by putting the device, okay, into the charging, okay, and discharging it. So like this you can do the interruption testing. Not only on these video things, you can do it through the networks also, by changing the networks, while testing the application. For example, if you are buying purchasing in Amazon, through Amazon, while doing the payment, try to change the networks manually. So, and this is also one of the interruption testing. You can interrupt it through call, messages, emails, notifications, by putting the device into charging and discharging. So, and by warning message, keep the mobile to until it is dried out. So the warning message will come, the battery percentage is very low. So, and how the application behaves when the battery percentage is low. This all the things you can interrupt it and verify the application behavior. So interruption testing is checking the application stability, by interrupting with other application or other application and hardware devices. So this is where you can get lot of defects while doing this interruption testing. Especially most of the defects will be appearing in this interruption testing and the standby testing only, interruption and standby testing mode. So these are the main things where you can find out the defects easily just by doing such ad hoc testing. So this is called as interruption testing. Any doubts in this? Okay. So next type of testing, okay, we will be going to next type of testing, that is orientation testing. Next type of testing we will be going to orientation testing. So orientation testing is testing the application in different orientations like portrait and landscape. So note that the auto rotate option should be enabled, okay, before doing this, otherwise you cannot turn the application into portrait or landscape mode. So I've just enabled the auto rotate screen here. Now assume that I'm using the application here. So I'll just put it into landscape. So there are some applications which supports only portrait. There are some applications which supports only landscape, like gaming and everything. So you need to verify this. So you have came across like in the MX player, suddenly if you rotate your mobile, okay, sometimes the film will be running in the portrait also, which is like the entire screen, this entire screen it will be taking and it will be running. So what you will do, again we will change it to the different orientation and you will be watching it. So this type of defects you can easily get to know in the, see here, this gaming is having the this gaming need to be played only, this is in the portrait mode. So if I want to change it to landscape, Give me 1 minute. So you need to verify this application in the portrait by changing into portrait and landscape into portrait. So like this you can verify it. So I'm just checking out why it is not working at all. So I'll just install the application here. Okay, yeah, so this is how the application will be there. So I can do auto rotate and everything. Okay, so I'll just keep it here, the auto rotate option. Yeah, it got installed, so I'm just opening it. So while trying it, try to see, while scrolling it like this, try to put it into the landscape mode and see what will happen to the device. So what will happen to the UI defects and everything. So you can put it like this, you can change it. So you need to verify what will happen to the UI here. So while scrolling down, what will happen? See here, you can see lot of gaps are there. So like this, see, like this you can get it, the some UI defects also here. You'll be getting some UI defects. So I'll try to get this UI defects once again. So I'm unable to show that one. So like this, you try to verify the application. If it is supporting both portrait and landscape, try to put the devices into device rotation into the landscape and portrait, and check the UI of the application here. So you will be checking the UI of the application while testing the orientation thing. So any doubts in this? So in this orientation testing, you need to verify the UI of the application, by changing the screen, by changing the screen from portrait to landscape, and vice versa. Vice versa. and vice versa. So these are the things orientation testing you will be learning. So the next type of testing is gestures testing. So we'll come to UI testing, it's a big topic. So gestures testing. So gestures testing is by using some gestures like, see, every day in life we'll be using this. So swipe, this is swipe, swipe horizontal, swipe vertical, swipe. So this is one of the gestures we will be using it. So if I want to look into the product, I will tap. So we'll call it as a tap, tap. So tap. So if I want to zoom this, pinch out. See, pinch out, pinch out, zoom out, pinch in. You can see the two tabs over there, pinch out, pinch in. Okay, then if you want to zoom, you can use double tap. If you want to zoom out, triple tap. Okay, so it will be zooming out. So these are the some of the gestures you will be using while testing the application. So plus how the application behaves from these gestures, so you need to verify it. So some of the gestures are swipe, tap, double tap, triple tap, then pinch in, pinch out. So these are some of the gestures you will be using. And some gestures like if you just shake the mobile, okay, the if you just shake the mobile, see here, I just shake the mobile, so it is just changing it. I didn't touch anything, so I'm in the screen. So just shaking, by shaking the mobile, what will happen and everything. So these are the things you will be testing in while doing the gestures testing. So gestures testing is by you will be verifying the application UI by just tapping or double tapping, pinch in, pinch out, so and by shaking the device. So these are all the things you will be doing in the gestures testing. Then compatibility testing. So we'll be verifying the application in different devices, OS versions, different RAM size, then different SoC. SoC means system on chip, which is nothing but your processor, system on chip. Then you will be verifying the device in different battery capacity, screen density, screen size. So you will be verifying the application with this and check whether the application is compatible with the application, whether we will check the application is compatible or not. We will verify the application is compatible or not. So this is what called as compatibility testing. Compatibility testing. So cross-platform testing. So verifying the application. Okay, suppose you are having iOS device also, and you are having Android device also. So you are using Flipkart in both iOS and Android. You are using Flipkart in both iOS and Android. So what you will do, you will just log in into the Android, add the product to cart and log out from the Android. So again you log in iOS. Okay, so the product whatever you added, it should be available in the iOS device also. This is what we'll be doing. You will be cross checking with different operating system, cross checking the application in different operating system. We call it as a cross platform testing. Cross checking the application in different platform, we call it as a cross platform testing. So this is one of the testing you can do it to verify the application. Another one is the network testing. So in this network testing, you'll be verifying the application in different network speeds. Different network speeds like 2G, 3G, 4G and Wi-Fi. Okay, and offline as well. Okay, so these are the network testing you will be doing on the application, so you to check the performance of the application in different networks. So this is what the network testing is. The next type of testing is the UI testing. Any doubts up to this? Okay. So UI testing means user interface testing. Here we verify whether all the UI elements radio button, radio button, checkboxes, drop down buttons, widgets, text boxes, these are all working properly or not. You will be verifying it. Not only that, you will be verifying the graphical user interface of the application as well. You will be verifying the graphical user interface of the application as well in the UI testing. So there are some different types of UI elements. UI elements are available in the mobile devices. So we just go through that one. See, whatever the screen you are looking at, right? So some of the UI elements so when you are clicking on something, for example, I need to go to grocery. I need to go to grocery in the mobile app here. So if I am clicking on that link, means we call it as a tab. Okay, so this is the words we are using in the mobile. So while using it, so this 3 lines is there, right? We call it as an hamburger menu. Hamburger menu, or left side menu, or navigational menu, or navigational menu. Navigational menu. So whatever you're looking here, the 3 dots, okay, which is vertical 3 dots, right? 3 dots verticals. So this we call it as an action overflow button, or we call it as an ant button. We call it as an ant button, or some developers will call it as a more button. The 3 dots which are visible, right? So this we call it as an action overflow button, or overflow button, or ant button, or more button. So for the whatever you're seeing, right, we will not call as page in this. Here we call it as a screen. We call it as a screen. So then remaining buttons like radio buttons, checkbox, okay. So this we call it as a carousel. So carousel banner, we call it as a carousel banner. Carousel banner. So this we call it as a banner, or we can call it as a card, image card, like that we can call it as. So these are some of the UI elements you will be getting to know. So when you are going for automation testing and everything, right? So this are very important, the UI part. So you should be knowing about the UI elements and everything. So when you are opening any calendar, so we call this is the picker. So this is we call it as a toggle or switch. So whatever you are finding here, seeing here, right? So this we call it as a toggle button or switch button, toggle or switch button. Toggle or switch button. Then so so this part we call it as a notification, this part we call it as a notification button, so notification menu we will call it. So like this you'll be having different types of UI which will be related to the testing. So you should be knowing in the mobile testing. Okay, so these are the some of the testing you'll be going through the different types of testings. So there are some more testings like battery consumption testing and everything that we'll be teaching you on when we are doing the ADB commands, So that's it for the today. So we have covered the different types of mobile specific testings and everything. So with this you can easily with this you need to involve the functional testing also, functional integration end to end. So whatever the manual testing related concepts are there related to testings, all the testing techniques can be implemented on the mobile app as well. So related to mobile specific, these are some of the testings which where you will be getting defects and everything. So when you are answering any questions here, so you need to explain all the mobile specific testing plus manual testing concepts also while explaining in the interview. The one question they may ask you in the interview is what is installation testing, how do you do, then what is interruption testing, what all the ways you can interrupt the application, installation, what is interruption, and what are the ways you can interrupt, then if I provide you an application, for testing, what is your approach, means for this you need to tell how you will start with the testing, like first you need to start with the installation. If the app is not installed, if app is already installed and if the requirement is not given to you, you need to go with the exploratory testing. If the requirement is given to you and you are fresher, you are using the application for the first time, then you will be going with the functional testing. Suppose you are already aware of the application and you know the basic and critical feature of the application, then you will be going with the smoke testing with the requirement document. So like this you will be doing the you need to tell all the different types of testings with all the scenarios which are taught today. You need to explain it in while doing this mobile testing for this answer. So then apart from this they may ask you like uh, yeah, that's it. Okay, so these are some of the things they will ask you in the interview. So these three questions are very mandatory, or they may ask you what is this network testing, how do you test it and everything. You need to explain that one. Okay, so that's it for the day. So for this session that's it. Any doubts, let me know. Hello. Yeah, fine. Any doubts? Yeah, tell me, John.